2019, Netflix quietly released the best animated movie of that year, Klaus, an actually original Christmas movie for once. It didn't just give us a fresh take on Santa Claus, it's a heartfelt, visually stunning masterpiece that rivals literally any Christmas movie ever made. I'm going as far to say it's the best animated Christmas movie of all time. Also the first Christmas movie ever to be nominated for the Oscar of Best Animated Feature. But what is it about Klaus that makes it so special? Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll want to make Klaus your go-to Christmas movie every single year. To understand though, we need to get to the root of what actually makes a great Christmas movie and what's been going on with Christmas movies for the last 20 years. Let's be real, when was the last time you watched a new Christmas movie that actually stuck with you? Oh wait, yeah. Over the past decade, Christmas movies have become, well, predictable. They follow the same formula: snowy small towns, quirky romances, and a protagonist learning the true meaning of Christmas. Don't get me wrong, those tropes can work, and I love those tropes. But when every film feels like a cookie-cutter Hallmark special, it's hard to get excited anymore. All the Christmas classics we know and love are all pre-2010. That's insane. We're nearly in 2025. And it's not just live action movies, even animated Christmas films, which should have the freedom to explore new ideas and do new things, often fall into the trap of cliches as well. We get sequels, reboots, or forgettable stories that lack any semblance of heart. I'm sorry, but how many times can we get a new version of The Christmas Carol? I've seen every single variant of Scrooge at this point. Christmas movies are supposed to evoke wonder, nostalgia, and the magic of the season, but lately it feels like no one can be bothered to actually create something special and unique. But that's the question, what even makes a great Christmas movie? Well, here's what I think is a great Christmas movie recipe. Number one, a universal message. I mean, a Christmas movie needs a message that resonates with everyone. It's not just about presents or decorations, it's about human connection, kindness, hope, and a feeling of nostalgia. Number two, emotional depth. The best Christmas movies tug at your heartstrings. They leave you with a lump in your throat or a tear in your eye. Number three is Christmas vibe. We all know what that means, kind of self-explanatory. Number four, lighthearted and fun. Number five, family. I mean, holidays are usually when we all get together with family, so I think a great Christmas movie should highlight that. Number six, visual magic. A Christmas movie needs to look and feel magical. There's something about the season that feels magical. Number seven is a great score. I honestly think a great Christmas movie needs some great music to accompany it. And number eight is a bonus, some sort of love story. I mean, I feel like a lot of great Christmas movies have love in them, and that's what I think makes a great Christmas movie. You guys agree or not? Let me know. Now let's talk about how Klaus not only checks those boxes, but makes its own boxes too along the way. At its heart, Klaus is an origin story, but it's told in a way that feels completely original. Instead of focusing solely on Santa Claus, the film follows Jesper, a spoiled, self-centered postman who's banished to the remote, depressing town of Smeerensburg. He's given an ultimatum: establish a functioning postal service or be cut off from his wealthy family. Jesper's transformation is what drives the story. It's about his transformation from selfishness to selflessness, mirroring the very themes of giving and kindness that tend to define Christmas. Because at its core, that's what Klaus is about. It's high-key just a story about kindness. What's brilliant about this setup is how it subverts traditional Christmas storytelling. Jesper doesn't set out to save Christmas or become a hero. His initial goal is literally purely selfish.
What happened?
Not a word. You just sit there, be all magical and awesome.
To deliver enough letters to escape Smeerensburg and return to his privileged life. What starts as a selfish attempt to leave turns into something much deeper. Jesper meets Klaus, and together they inadvertently spark a wave of kindness across the town. The movie's message is simple, but so Christmassy.
A true, selfless act always sparks another.
It's not preachy or over the top, it's heartfelt, subtle, and most importantly, earned. This layered storytelling is what sets Klaus apart. It's not just about holiday cheer, it's about the impact one person's kindness can have on an entire community. The film cleverly ties this message into the origins of familiar Christmas traditions, like gift giving and letters to Santa, without feeling forced or cliched. By the end, Jesper's transformation feels earned, and the emotional payoff is genuinely heartwarming. Another key strength of Klaus is in its characters. And you guys know by now that I love me some well-written characters. Unlike many Christmas main characters who magically seem to change overnight, Jesper's transformation is gradual and believable. The movie takes its time to show his interactions with Klaus, Alva, the local schoolteacher, and the children of Smearensburg slowly chip away at his selfishness. It actually feels organic. In my book, Jesper's transformation from a self-centered aristocrat to a compassionate community member is legit one of the most compelling character arcs I've ever seen in an animated film. Then there's the big man himself, Klaus, voiced by J.K. Simmons. This isn't the jolly, rotund Santa Claus you'd expect to see. Klaus is the opposite. He's a quiet, imposing figure, a man who is withdrawn from the world because of his tragic past. His initial reluctance to engage with Jesper or the townspeople makes his eventual decision to start making toys even more impactful. Every act of kindness he performs feels significant because it's born out of his traumatic past. And let's not forget Alva, voiced by Rashida Jones. Unlike many female characters in animated Christmas films who exist solely as love interests or background figures, Alva is a fully realized character with her own arc. She starts off as a disillusioned teacher who was given up on the town and its children, but through Jesper and Klaus, she finds new purpose and hope. Her relationship with Jesper is subtle and develops naturally, avoiding the typical forced romance we often see in holiday movies. Even the supporting characters, like the feuding Crumb and Ellingbo families, are given enough depth to make them memorable. Their rivalry, which initially seems like a source of humor, turns into a lot by the end of the movie. I'm not gonna spoil it though. But there's so much more that makes Klaus unique. The animation style, for example, which is insane. I mean, what kind of animation would you say this is? 3D, right? Wrong. It's 2D animation. How the f is that possible? Well, because the director, Sergio Pablos, who had worked on movies like The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hercules, and Tarzan, wanted to make a traditionally animated feature film, but with a twist. Pablos' idea was to explore how the medium would have evolved had Western animation studios not switched to making mostly 3D animation. It took 40 animators 2 years to get to this, and it's all in the lighting. The team used groundbreaking techniques to blend hand-drawn animation with advanced lighting and texturing, creating a look that feels both nostalgic and cutting-edge as hell. Every frame is meticulously crafted, from the snowy landscapes of Smearensburg to the warm glow of the children's faces as they receive their first toys. And you end up getting a 2D movie that looks 3D but better? I have no idea how they pulled it off. The town of Smearensburg is brought to life with stunning detail, from its snow-covered rooftops to the dimly lit interiors of its homes. The lighting was used in so many ways too. Scenes are bathed in warm, golden light or cold, eerie shadows depending on the mood, adding a cinematic quality I rarely see in animated movies. The team would even use it to highlight storytelling moments, like when Jesper's being exposed and he's the only one that's lit up in this scene. 2019 was the last year of a decade that had seen 95% of animation be done in 3D. But Pedro didn't care. And the result was not only a Christmas classic, but also an Oscar nomination. The movie also just hits you in the feels so damn well. The relationship between Jesper and Klaus, the transformation of the town, Jesper and the little Sami girl, Maru, and the bittersweet but happy ending, which I know is what you guys prefer. It's really good and makes you feel just the right amount of warm and fuzzy that Christmas deserves. The music also actually does a great job accentuating the emotional moments. The film's score, composed by Alfonso Aguilar, is seriously breathtaking. From the whimsical, playful tunes that accompany Jesper's early misadventures to the sweeping orchestral pieces that underscore the film's most heartfelt moments. Goddamn, I love it. Also, Invisible from Zara Larsson features in a pretty beautiful moment in the movie, and although pop songs are hit or miss in movies, here it works really well. Made me feel way too many emotions way too fast. That's why Klaus is by far the best animated Christmas movie, and honestly probably a top 3 Christmas movie of all time. For me, it's only behind It's a Wonderful Life. It's visually stunning, emotional as hell, and it has something for everyone. It checks all the boxes of our great Christmas movie recipe, so that's all we can ask for. Who would have thought that Netflix of all studios would be the one to make this gorgeous Christmas classic? Oh wait, Actually, it wasn't them. They just partnered with this amazing Spanish studio. So shout out to SPA Studio. Small studios clearly are always showing the way. So if the video hasn't convinced you enough, do yourself and your family a favor and turn on Klaus this Christmas. Everybody is gonna be impressed by your choice. Trust me. Anyway, let me know what your favorite Christmas movie is in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.